Hey guys, now we want to look at in our mathematics we want to learn about inverse proportion. This is one of the tricky question for children that are writing entrance exam into secondary school, and that's why we want to take time out to look at it. What does the word inverse means? Inverse means the word inverse means the opposite. So when you talk about proportion or inverse proportion, you're actually talking about an increase in one quantity causing a decrease in another quantity, or a decrease in a quantity causing an increase in another quantity. So it's always on the other side of the divide. It's like what and opposite. So when you talk about inverse, yeah, when something is going up, the other one is coming down. For example, you know that as you grow older, you cry less. When you were younger, a baby, you cry most of the time when you need anything. But as time goes on, you grow, you know that you don't need to cry to get what you need. You have to just speak up. You have to speak up. So inverse proportion deals deals with increase and decrease. Now when quantity increases, that means it's more, and for more we multiply. Anytime a quantity increases, you multiply more. Then when it decreases, that means you have less of it. In less we divide. So we have to keep in mind that for increase we multiply, while for decrease we divide. We divide for decrease, we multiply for increase. You have to keep that in mind. That is very important. You have to keep in mind that for decrease you have to. So I'm going to write that here. Increase, I'll write it well. Increase means that you have more. Don't mind my writing. More, and that is multiply. Then decrease means you have less. Decrease, you have less, and what you do is divide. You divide, and you must keep in mind that there is something else you have to keep in mind apart from that. Inverse proportion deals with increase and one quantity increasing, the other one decreasing, and the other one is decreasing, the other one is inverse, the opposite of it. So you, apart from keeping in mind that, and keeping in mind that when you have more, that's when there is increase, you multiply. Then when you have less, when there is decrease, you divide. Then the next thing you need to keep in mind is this, that whatever you are looking for, whatever you are trying to identify, must be on the right hand side of your equation, so that it will be easier for you. It's not as if it is on the left hand side, you know, but it's going to be, it makes it easier for you and makes your work neat. And you know, mathematics, what you are looking for, your variable should always be on your left hand side, and if in any case it's on the right hand side, you have to just use the therefore sign in mathematics, which is this three dots, to shift it from the right hand side right just to the left hand side. So we want to see an example. So remember, before we go into an example, inverse talks about something going up while the other one coming down, the other one going down and the other one is coming up. And anytime it's going up, you know it's more, then you multiply. Anytime it's coming down, you know it's less, you divide. And what you are looking for, what you are asked to look for, will always be on your left hand side. And for inverse proportion, the peculiarity, you ask, how do you know if a question is inverse proportion because there is direct proportion also. How do you know? I will be covering that in other videos. How you know is that inverse deals with more of dealing with work. Most times questions that have to do with work, few men can do certain number of certain job in certain days. How long will it take this number of men, or how many days, how many men will it take to do the work in so that is for work. And also for food, eating, 3 children can eat a cup of rice so all those questions like that are inverse proportion. So let's take an example. We have an example. If 3 men can do a piece of job in 10 days, so 3 men, our solution, 3 men. And remember we said what we are looking for must be on the right hand side. So we have 3 men can do the job for what? 10 days. How many men? So we are looking for the number of what? Men. How many men are required to do the same job in 15 days if they all work at the same rate? So this, if they work at the same rate, is just telling us that the number of hours they work, the rate at which they work is the same. So they start at the same time, they close at the same time. So there's no discrepancy, there's no biasness in whatever they do. So let's do it now. You remember we have identified that we are looking for number of men, so that should be on the right hand side regardless of how it comes in the question. So to put it down now, because we are looking for number of men to be 10 days, we have how many men? We have 3 men doing the work. Now to proceed, we use our common sense. 1 day, for 1 day, if for 10 days you have 3 men, for 1 day, do you need more men or less men? Definitely, because this is increasing, this one must decrease. So this one is more, this one is decreasing, so it's less. So automatically on this side is going to what? To be more. It's going to increase. So inverse is one side is decreasing, the other side will be increasing. And for increasing, we have said it's going to be more, and more we said what? Will multiply. So we'll multiply. So we have, it means that we need 30 men for that day. And how do we get that 30? This is the number of the men times the number of days they work. So then we want to look for how many men we need for 15 days. For 15 days. Now 15 days compared to 1 day, that has what? That is, it has increased. And that is, it has increased. Now on the other side is supposed to do what? To decrease. So, and when it decreases, that is less. And what do we do with less? We divide. So we have times 10 over what? Over 15. Now you ask, why don't we multiply it? Sometimes they give you questions that the value will be so big, but it's better you leave it this way, so you can just reduce it to fraction in lowest term. 3 here 1, 3 here 5, 5 here 1, 5 here 2. So we have what? We need 2 men to do the same job in 15 days. We need 2 men to take the same job in 15 days. Let's take one more example before we round up this video. Now the second example, if 10 men can do a piece of job in 24 days, how many days will it take 12 men if they all work at the same rate? Now you notice here that we are looking for here now number of days, not men. Now number of days, so that must be on our what? Right hand side. So automatically it will just be 10 men can do the work for how many days? For 24 days. 24 days. Now when the number of men is reduced from 10 to 1 man, when this side, the left hand side decreases, the right hand side must surely increase because it's inverse. So when this one push down, this push up, so this one increases. So we have what? Increase means what we said we what doing increase we multiply, so we have 24 times 10 days. That's the number of days. Now when the number of men increases from 1 to 12, to 12 men, then what happened to the other side? It decreases. It decreases because the opposite thing must happen on the other side. So when it's decreased, we say we do what? We divide. So we have 24 times 10 over 12. So this is what I was talking about the other time. You see, so for us to now, we have to, so let's go on straight. 12 can go here 1, 12 here can go here 2. So we have what left? 2 times 10, and that gives us what? 20. So we need 20. We need, for 20 men, they are going to take 20 days. For 12 men, sorry, it takes them 20 days. Hope you have learned something. There will be more questions and exercises in the description below. Just click, you see there. Your comment is highly be appreciated. Please continue to watch my videos and like and subscribe to it. Thank you. God bless you. See you.